Thank you for joining me. In this video tutorial, I will show you how to apply web links and email links within your digital publication. Before we begin, it's important to point out that when you take your PDF document into our software, any email addresses or any web addresses that have been in your magazine already, such as here at the bottom of the screen, become immediately active. So the software already does that for you. So you don't have to go through every individual email address or web URL that's already placed in your magazine to make them active. This is for extra ones that you want to apply. Most of my work today will be done on the back page of my publication, where in the design of the publication I already have buttons in place and areas where I might like to add an email address. Let's start with the web links, where we're going to link to other web pages outside the magazine. We're in the Design tab and we look at the Interactive panel where we find the web link icon, denoted here by two small links. The web link button can be applied, like many of our buttons, as either a hotspot, which is a clickable area on the magazine, or as a button that you can place onto the magazine. Now, we do provide a default set of buttons, but you do have the choice to change the graphic images of those buttons if you choose to do so, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of this quick video tutorial. So let's select the area that we'd like to become clickable. So here, already in the magazine, I have an area that says Download Free Trial. I'm going to select that area of the magazine because I'd like all of that area to be clickable. I'm going to leave it as a hotspot, and now I need the URL or the web address of that page. This is the page that I'd like to bring them to, so I'm just going to select and copy that URL at the top of the page. And paste that onto my web address. Here we have options for advanced settings. For example, rollover text if we want to present that to the end user, and also the colors that we like presented as we hover over the clickable area or as we zoom out of that clickable area. If we choose to make this hotspot area available at an angle, we can rotate the hotspot area by setting the number of degrees here. So let's select that for now. So we've applied a web link to this button, which is already part of our design on the magazine. And if I click on this, it will bring me to the page that will allow me to download a free trial. Now let's do a button. Select our web link area again, and we'll place a button right here on the screen. Again, we're going to choose the same web address, so I'm just going to copy and paste that one in again. And this time, I will provide some rollover text to the end user. Click here. And let's see that rotation in action. Why don't we rotate it at a 45-degree angle? There you have it. And if I don't like the look of that, I can always click on it again, grab the ends of it, and move it around, make it bigger or smaller to fit in with my design. Okay, so now we're finished with the web link area. What we've done is we've applied a web link as a hotspot where we can click on the area, or we've applied a web link as a button on the screen. The next thing we're talking about today is an email address. So here at the bottom of the screen, you can see that we're talking about our support area. Great support, free of charge. So let's move to that area and place an email where someone can click. Either by clicking on this area right here as a hotspot. Okay, so we'll do the email address support at 3dissue.com. And all of the same options apply as before. This time let's activate a sound so that the user will be conscious that if they click on this area, something will happen. Click OK. And finally, let's add that email option as a button on screen. Let's replace this video play button with the email button instead. And again, the advanced options are available if you choose to use them. Happy with that? Okay, so let's just recap before we preview our changes. We've added a web link as a hotspot area. We've also added a web link as a button on the screen. We have added an email as a hotspot area, and we have also added an email as a button on the screen. Now, I did mention earlier that you do have the option to change your buttons. So let's look at the menu area on the top of the screen. Under Options, we have the option to look at the button images. And you'll see all of the button images here. Instead of audio, we may want to choose, for example, to change our email button. And it may be just that we want to apply different coloring to it to tie in with our corporate branding. Now, you can have it as a dot, or you can have it as an image on the screen. And if you don't like our default images, you can change and apply your own graphic instead. All very simple and very easy to do. All right, let's preview our changes. Okay, so here we are in our published magazine. Let's just go to the back page using our thumbnails. And let's see those changes being implemented. Okay, now on the back page, let's just recap. We first added 2 web links. One was placed here, and this should bring me to the web page where I can download a free trial, which is excellent. Back to the publication. The second thing I did was to add a web link as a button, which is here, and you can see the rollover text appear to the end reader. Click here to download a free trial. And once again, that's opening a tab for me. Back to the publication. Next thing we did was to apply email as a button, like this. And it's opening up the email from me to our support department. And last but not least, remember we applied a sound in the background over this hotspot area where they can also email support. And once again, it brings up the email default for them. And that concludes this area where we've added web links and email to our interactive publications. Thanks for listening.